Apollo 13 will be Bob Costas' guest, as will Charles Barkley. That's coming up at halftime. That was not, incidentally, Tom in the spacesuit, although he does claim to do his own stunts. That was not one of them, should be pointed out. 2-point lead for the Magic as we head to the second quarter. Let's go to Hannah Storm.
Well, Marv, Rudy Tomjanovich told his team, you guys are way too satisfied with the jumper. You got to make them play defense, attack them offensively. He said 30 points is way too much to give up to the Orlando Magic in the first quarter, Marv.
All right, Hannah, how about the Rudy Tomjanovich pep talk before game 2? This is after the victory in overtime in game 1. Apparently did not like what he saw at the shoot-around earlier in the day and really laid into his ball club.
The hardest thing to do is keep your team on edge. Keep going. This Houston Rocket team has not played well this year from the favored position. Able, though, to get all the way to the finals. Trying to close out now.
Olajuwon back on the floor playing with 2 fouls. Goes to the series of spins, and he was hit. Brian Shaw came over to help out, and he's called for the hack.
Well, one of the big reasons why the Rockets only 2 down after that first quarter, they had 5 offensive rebounds. Very uncharacteristic for them. They're only getting 9 a game in the first 2 games of the series. At one of the poorest offensive rebounding teams in the league.
Nice pass, Olajuwon for the cutting Cassell, and that ties the game at 30. Orlando going with O'Neal along with Jeff Turner. Anthony Bowie has come on for the first time. Dennis Scott and Brian Shaw. Illegal defense call for the first time against the Rockets.
This has been Hakeem Olajuwon's best sequence of the night. It gets him on the move and then just dumps it down. When you're as good a passer as Hakeem is, you don't have to think pass. That'll come naturally.
Here's Shaw for 3. Brian Shaw has been on fire from downtown in the playoffs. This after he struggled from the field during the regular season. It opens up a 3-point Orlando lead. Cassell coming up short, and O'Neal on the rebound.
The crowd very quiet tonight, subdued.
Turner from deep.
Well, you don't like to see those perimeter shots, the 3-point shots just being thrown up there without some penetration and a kick out or going into the post and then out.
Olajuwon fouled by O'Neal. That is his first.
And referee Hugh Evans just glaring at the Rocket bench. I'm sure hearing it ever since that second one was called on Olajuwon. A couple of typical Olajuwon spins and fakes going up in the air and drawing contact from Shaquille O'Neal for his first.
Marv, the 2 toughest guys I ever had to play against in the low post, Abdul-Jabbar and Kevin McHale. This guy Olajuwon is really a combination of the 2 with the strength of Jabbar, the moves, the light feet of McHale. Almost a combination of Mozart and Beethoven.
Yes. You know, Matt and I were making that very same point earlier today. Mozart and Beethoven. Orlando leading 33-31. The steal by Cassell. Sam Cassell ties the game.
And that gets the crowd involved, and that's what the crowd wants to see. Some aggressive defense, and then turn it into a fast break layup.
Here's Shaw for 3. 3-on-2, led by Drexler. Goes behind the back, but Cassell couldn't handle the pass. Oh, the steal by Ellie. Took it away from Turner and then recovered by Shaw. And Bennett Salvatore blowing the whistle out at center court. Apparently wants to adjust the shot clock. There were a couple of changes on the clock.
Well, Dennis Scott telegraphing that pass, and Sam Cassell with the quick hand into the passing lane and the easy finish off with so much going back and forth. At least the trail official, Bennett Salvatore, had the wherewithal to keep an eye on the clock and realize something amiss.
It's not a favorite play if you're operating the 24-second clock.
Stop, start, stop, stop.
2 minutes in. Second quarter, Rockets and Magic tied at 33. That's the Rockets' first turnover. They double up on O'Neal. Shaw And Brian Shaw taking it to the hoop. He has 7 points.
So valuable for Brian Shaw because Nick Anderson really has not been much of a factor since the early moments of game 1.
Illegal defense. So that's the warning against Orlando.
Jeff Turner, whose man in this situation, Charles Jones, up above the tip of the circle. Jeff has to stay up above the free throw line. He dropped down. He was illegal.
The Magic by 2. 2.5 gone by in the second. Well, thus far in this first half, Hakeem Olajuwon, 4 of 9 from the field, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Shaquille O'Neal has hit 2 out of 4. He has 4 points. Very quiet start for Shaq, but does have 4 assists, only 2 rebounds. What has the matchup been like from the point of view of Hakeem Olajuwon? Physically, Hakeem is dwarfed by Shaq. We talked about that with Hakeem.
In basketball, there are some guys that are big, but they play small. So we call them the big little guy because they play like a little guy. And there are some little guys that play real big. But Shaquille is a big man. He's a big guy and he plays big. This is a 24-hour job, just trying to contain him. He's definitely a force in the middle.
So Hakeem says Shaquille is a big guy.
Terrific defense, Penny Hardaway. I think that's a matchup that Orlando really needs to stick with. Drexler guarded by Hardaway.
O'Neal hacked, fouled by Jones.
Clyde Drexler working without the ball, sliding, always floating over the court. A little bit of bobbling on the pass forced him to shoot that fadeaway. That's the guy you want to bring out and look for the next option if you drop the first pass.
Clyde Drexler hearing it from the crowd, departing with 12 points, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Shaquille O'Neal to the line for the first time. He was 9 of 14 in game number 2. And suddenly it's turned at the free throw line for Shaquille, who went through a troublesome period in the series against the Pacers.
If you practice enough, you can get good at almost anything.
I don't know, though. I see he'll say he was practicing and it didn't help. Now, you know he's practicing during the Indiana series, and he goes 0 for 8. What's the answer there? Keep practicing, as your mom would tell you.
Oh, terrific block.
Olajuwon recaptures. Horry on the rebound. Oh, Horry with the putback. And now Orlando looks to take advantage on the transition and cannot. A bad pass from Shaquille, but it's recovered by Nick Anderson. Shaw for 3. Yes. Brian Shaw providing a lift off the bench. He has 12 points, and Orlando has matched its biggest lead of the night. They're up by 5. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in this first half. And it goes back to the Magic.
Well, we talked before the game about other players for the Magic supporting Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. Horace Grant got off to a great start, 5 for 6 in the field, and Brian Shaw now with 11 points, so they are getting it from other people.
It's been an excellent shooting first half for Orlando, 19 of 30, 63%. Illegal defense called, and a technical foul awarded.
The flow has all been Orlando tonight, even though Houston is still in there. Houston is a team that's dropping the passes out of bounds. Houston is a team that's not moving the ball the extra pass that distinguished their games in the first 2 games at Orlando. The open shots going down for Orlando, the extra effort, the extra push.
I think it's all starting from the transition defense, even though the Rockets have gotten 4 opportunities to get out and run in 7 points. But the Magic much better in transition and much better in stopping the ball, and that's where your defense starts.
Hardaway now facing up against Ellie. Anthony Hardaway has 12, biggest lead of the game. The Magic up by 8. 4.5 remaining in this first half. Horry And a 3-second violation. The basket will not count.